Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet actress Tati Gabrielle is back in the press, and she is painting herself as a victim despite previously antagonizing gamers. I wrote this up over at phantompulse.com. You can find the link in the description below. So she spoke to Entertainment Weekly and revealed that Naughty Dog president Neil Druckmann has been boot camping her when it comes to press for the game. Not only has Druckmann allegedly been boot camping her, but she claims she was the victim of racism and misogyny. This is what she told Entertainment Weekly. I got a lot of love, but there was a lot of hate over me being a woman, me being a woman of color, me having my head shaved, all these things that I didn't even actually initially see. I'm out of the social media zeitgeist for that reason. But once I did, Neil was like, ignore it. No matter what, me and you, we're going to make something beautiful. We're going to make something that we're proud of. This is a total and complete fabricated narrative. We know this because if you go back to December, it was Tati Gabrielle that was antagonizing gamers who were clearly critical of her character's design, as well as the fact that she was chosen likely due to her LGBTQ plus activism, which is clearly in not only the social media zeitgeist, but the media zeitgeist that these left-wing lunatics have been pushing on us for years. So this is a total and complete fake narrative that they are now trying to push. I mean, if you recall, she posted this to her Instagram, this fan art created by this ex-user Loria of her character from Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet Jordan Munn, and Ciri from The Witcher. And it was clearly mocking gamers. It's literally, you can see fragile masculinity, 100% incel tears, so DEI-licious, and then she captioned it, you mad bro. So don't give me this narrative that she's some kind of victim when she is the one antagonizing people with this woke ideology, attacking masculinity, trying to claim that the people that have been criticizing all of this woke garbage are somehow incels, which is far from the truth, and then admitting that the whole thing is part of woke ideology and pushing it with this so DEI-licious. Then you can even see that you've got her character that she plays flicking off whoever happens to be looking at that it's aimed at, the people criticizing her character and the character design and her commentary, right? So the idea that I'm just outside of the social media zeitgeist. I didn't even actually see it. No, you saw it, you responded to it, and you decided to try to take it head on. And that's what you did. And I mean, this is an activist. She's an absolute activist, and she's been doing this for a number of years now. She specifically promotes transgenderism. During an appearance at the Unforgettable Gala in March 2023, she said, as far as with non-binary and transgender, I hope that we just start seeing that the future is here, whether we like it or not. We need to not just accept it, but embrace it. Embracing something and seeing not only the beauty in it, but the way that it contributes to the world and contributes to the way that anybody of any gender, race, creed, color can form their identity and can walk through the world with pride and their chin up high, like I think is so important for the generation coming behind us. This is absolutely evil. It's absolutely disgusting. We should not be accepting this stuff. We should be saying, no, this is not acceptable, and we will not be embracing this. We will not be normalizing it because there is no beauty to be found in it, because it is indeed evil, because men cannot become women and women cannot become men. But this is what they're promoting. They're promoting this garbage, and then they have the gall to run this narrative that she's somehow a victim when she's trying to push this absolutely evil, disgusting nonsense, and she's going to be pushing this stuff with the press for this game. No, we're not buying this crap. We're not buying this garbage anymore. Your game is going to fail. We're going to work to ensure that the game does indeed fail because it's clearly going to be pushing all kinds of nonsense propaganda. You painting yourself as a victim is another massive red flag indicating that is exactly what you're going to do. So again, she also told the list in 2023, I feel that film and television is supposed to reflect the world back at itself. When you do that with the characters that I've played in a way that is grounded, that is normal, as it is in our everyday life, that's how you give the best homage to someone who is standing in that field. She even noted that the industry should take things even further. They can go further. As opposed to having just one character that is LGBTQ or non-binary, make it reflect the way that our society is. Sprinkle more in there. There is no reflection because these people are a minority, an extreme minority that even claim to buy into this utter nonsense. So it's not a reflection. They are trying to normalize this stuff to get more people to buy into it, to lead people to their destruction. That is the whole point of this entire movement, agenda, whatever it is, to destroy people. And it does indeed destroy people. It destroys people physically, it destroys people emotionally, and it destroys people spiritually. And there are countless examples of it, whether that be mutilation, whether that be all kinds of diseases that the people that engage in these lifestyles contract and get. It obviously leads to destruction because it is not natural. It's not natural, and it leads to destruction. Can't emphasize that enough. Nevertheless, she goes on and says the networks can listen more to the fans and pander more to them by listening and understanding that when they're shouting their outrage towards things, it's not just because they want to be bratty and they want to be whatever, but they want to be represented properly. They want to see themselves. We all watch movies as children and find a piece of ourselves in the character, and that's what gives us inspiration or hope for our own future. If they listen a little bit more, we can go a lot further. No, the studios need to be rejecting these minority of woke activists who are not fans. They need to start actually listening to the legitimate fans of these franchises. And furthermore, it is their responsibility to not be promoting evil, and they should be promoting things that are actually going to elevate people and point people towards what is right and just, and point people towards God. Now, that doesn't mean everything needs to be like The Chosen. I think Star Wars is the perfect example. It is an absolutely fantastic franchise. At least it was before Disney got their claws into it. But the original Star Wars trilogy is what we should be aiming for. The Lord of the Rings, J.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings, Peter Jackson's adaptation. Those are things that people should be aiming for. That is what we should want in our entertainment. We don't want LGBTQ plus normalization. We don't want LGBTQ plus lectures. We don't want woke ideology, propaganda as our entertainment. That is not what we want. To that point, Gabrielle also said more shows should have a consultant of some sort. In LGBT, if you're going to touch on our field and in that topic, have a consultant. Have somebody that you can directly ask. Don't guess, because that's often the problem. Showrunners that we had for the 100, they tried and they were trying to be inclusive with that, but I think they didn't have enough education and enough information around it. Have a consultant or make sure you're educated. Yes, they should make sure that they're educated, that they know that this stuff leads to destruction. It's not good, and it should not be promoted. But this is what we are going to get here. They are going to paint her as a victim. She is not a victim. We know this because she posted this back in December. This is not something that a victim does. This is something that someone who's trying to antagonize people does. And this entire video game is going to be, I think, antagonistic towards gamers. It's going to be very preachy, and it's going to be, at the end of the day, a piece of propaganda trying to lead people down paths that they should not be going down, lead people down these paths of destruction. And that's why they hired Tati Gabrielle in the first place. So I don't think that this narrative is going to hold up. I hope a lot more people call this stuff out, and I hope people absolutely reject this game when it does release, and that they lose a bunch of money, and that Naughty Dog eventually shuts down, because at the end of the day, it might have produced some great games, but now it is clearly just a studio cranking out a bunch of garbage woke ideology that has no right to exist. But let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable, especially to each other, and to remember, always, always speak the truth.
Why would you be afraid of the people? Why are you not afraid of God instead of man?